The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Thank you all so very much for taking time out of your busy days to join us. I think you're going to find a lot of value in today's presentation. Very excited about the subject matter. Here momentarily, one of our top producers and one of our national sales coaches, Dave Pimper, will actually be in office to join us for this presentation. We're going to take a look at the Retirement Boss Radio, our newest introduction or our newest marketing efforts, seeing a lot of success with it. Dave is a participant in it himself, and he is having just a ton of success with it. So very, very excited about the presentation today. That being said, before we do get Dave here in office, I'm going to go through just a few housekeeping items and a couple of introductory slides. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start with housekeeping items. The most important thing you will hear out of my mouth today is in the top right-hand corner of your screen. That is our phone number. It is 800-255-5055. If there is anything that we can be doing here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services to help you in the life or fixed annuity markets, please do not hesitate to give us a call. Secondly, we will launch a polling question or two throughout the presentation today. They are just simple yes or no questions. If you would please be kind enough to participate in those, we certainly do appreciate that. And then final housekeeping item, questions. Dave will throw quite a bit of information at you in a fairly short period of time, so I'm sure there will be some questions. Dave does a great job of fielding all the questions he can, so feel free to type anything into the questions box provided to you, and Dave, at the end of his presentation, will do the best he can to answer them all. That being said, that ends our housekeeping items. Let's go ahead and get into some of the introductory slides. And I'm going to start with the IAMS Business Builders. A couple of programs I want to highlight here. The top one on your screen there, the Referred Producer Program. Our business here on the wholesale side of the industry, very, very similar to yours in the field, in that one of the best leads we will ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued clients, or you, our valued producers. So we want to make it worth your while to refer individuals over to us. When you do refer an advisor to us and they pick up any contract through Insurance Agency Marketing Services, we will send you out a $50 check as a thank you. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, you will receive a 20 basis point override on that business. Our ownership team, Steve Murray and Charles Hiring, sign checks for that at minimum quarterly, and they do sign checks for thousands and thousands of dollars at a time, so it can be very, very lucrative for you. If you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with us here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, please feel free to type their name into the questions box or email me their information. My email address is scott@imsinc.com. Or, of course, when we do call to follow up, let us know who they are. We'll be more than happy to try and recruit them over to IAMS and get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Below that is the Marketing Reimbursement Program, probably our most popular, or not probably, it is our most popular program, and it's so popular because it's very, very lucrative. Rough numbers on this: for every $100,000 that you place through Insurance Agency Marketing Services, we will put $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. We definitely consider marketing reimbursement dollars to be your money. So we put very few restrictions on this program. We are not going to cap your account. We're not going to make you roll it out at any given time. We'll let you grow it as large as you'd like to and as long as you'd like to. And what most of our advisors seem to like the most is we put very, very few restrictions on the vendors you can utilize for marketing reimbursement purposes. If you have a vendor that you've used in the past and you've had success with them, we certainly want to encourage you to continue to use use that successful program. All we'd ask is that you send us a receipt or an invoice from your purchase. We'll hopefully get you a check cut that same day we receive it and help you offset that cost. If you have any questions about how the marketing reimbursement program works, or you'd like more detailed information, or if you'd like me to calculate what's available in your account, just let me know. That's a great conversation to be having. New producer builders. This is going to be a slide that is geared towards any individuals that are new to us here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, or if this is your first introduction to us here at IAMS, you are eligible for this program. This is based on production within your first 180 days of being licensed, and as you can see, there are 3 great levels to qualify at, and inside of each of those levels are great options for you. Cash rewards, business building tools, personal perks, all available to you. If you'd like to know where you stand for new producer builder, or if you'd like to have a conversation about what we could be doing here internally to help you make the step up to the next level, let me know. That's another great conversation to have. Back office support, that headline there, the subheadline, we help you work smarter, not harder. That's the core of who we are here at IAMS and how we were founded 33 years ago. All about helping independent advisors be more efficient and work smarter. And we do that with a lot of great options, tools, programs, business building tools and resources. You're seeing one of the resources right now with our live trainings, our webinars that we host 5 days a week. Got a lot of great business building tools out on our website at IAMSinc.com. I'll get into that in a second. We are here to help you with full case design assistance and life and annuity illustrations. We've got a lot of experience out on our marketing floor, life annuities with the RIA as well. We can certainly help you with any cases that you are working on, and we are committed to getting you the illustrations or the proposals that you need in a very timely fashion. In fact, we're going to give you a same-day guarantee. The day that you request them, you will receive them in your inbox that same day. So very, very timely on that. We try to be quick with it. We know you need those things to help you make more sales. Forms at your fingertips, a lot of different ways we can help get you forms. You can get them by dialing 800-255-5055. We'll get them emailed to you or shipped out that same day. You can go to IAMSinc.com to get those as well. A lot of real easy ways to get you the forms that you need when you need them. Submission to commission support. That's going to be our new business staff, which is headed by Amber Williams. I will tell you this, I'd stack our new business staff up against anybody in the industry. These ladies and gentlemen are very, very good at what they do and very committed to helping you and your business get through the issuance process as quickly as possible. I'd put a challenge out there to you. If you haven't written a piece of business through IAMS and used our back office support, I'd tell you to do so. Let us work one app for you. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with how much quicker it gets issued, and because it gets issued quicker, how much sooner you get your commission. Very, very good at what they do, and again, very committed to our advisors. Top sales expertise and coaching, we absolutely have that available. As I said, Dave Pimper will be here shortly, live in our training room today to go through this presentation with you. He's one of our multiple sales coaches that we have throughout the country that are here to help you grow your practice. Very, very knowledgeable individuals with great sales techniques that we'd certainly like to see you take advantage of their expertise. And then the final bullet point there, paperless contracting. We all know the pain of filling out licensing agreements. We're going to get rid of that for you. We are on what's known as the Efficient Forms platform, and all we're going to ask you to do is fill out licensing one time. You submit that back to us. We're going to upload all your information into Efficient Forms, and the next time you need to add on a new carrier, all you have to do is give us a call and authorize us to add that carrier for you. We click a button and the process is started. No more hand cramps or anything like that filling out new licensing agreements. Very, very efficient way to do so. Chris Mount, our contracting director, is a real guru with the Efficient Forms platform. So if you have any questions about that, please give her a call here in our office. Creative Marketing Solutions and our in-house creative team, Jacob Tedlock and his team, do such a great job. These people are so talented at what they do. We can help you with turnkey solutions. If you're just looking for flyers or newsletters, postcards, we've got them. They are easily customizable for you and your practice. They're ready to print, ready to go. We've got a great portfolio out there that's available to you. We can help you with your agency solutions as well as far as branding. I'll tell you this, if you haven't created a customized brand for you and your practice, I'd tell you to do so. Having that consistent branding can really help you with your recognition in your natural market. Definitely a good thing to have backing you. Give Jacob a call. We can certainly start the process of building you out a logo, getting you that imprint so it can be added to stationary logos or stationary business cards. Any advertising that you're doing, we can get that done for you. And then digital solutions. A lot of expertise there. If you'd like to take a look at building out a new website or getting your current site updated, we can help you with that. Email marketing consulting. We do have a lot of great online newsletter platforms that we can get you tied in with. Of course, social media. We can certainly help you with that. So here in-house with our creative solutions, the creative team, very good at what they do. Give Jacob a call if you'd like to chat a little bit more in depth about what they can do to assist. Our website, I know I mentioned it earlier, IAMSinc.com. If you do not have an account at IAMSinc.com, I'd tell you to go out as soon as the presentation's over. Get one built out. Very easy to register there. Not going to ask you a ton of questions, but certainly is there to assist you. We got a lot of great sales tools out there. Sales resource library, term quote engine, annuity quote engine, all available to you there. We've got our current product grids, links to carriers, forms online, as I mentioned earlier. We did just launch a partnership with Locked In Affinity for errors and omissions coverage that's available. You can sign up for it right there on the website. So if you're looking for E&O, another great resource for you there at IAMSinc.com. Retirement Analyzer, another great value add that we have for our producers. The Retirement Analyzer is a holistic retirement analysis tool that'll show your clients exactly where they stand with their finances currently and how long they're projected to last them into their retirement years. What I like so much about the Retirement Analyzer is that I think it's a closing tool as well. While it will show your clients exactly where they stand now, it will also show them with a simple click of a button how much longer their funds will last into their retirement years if they implement a product or a solution that you're proposing to that clientele. So it really will help you close more sales. Very easy to understand, very plain language for clients. It doesn't get off into the minutiae of how products work. It just really shows them in a step-by-step basis why you're making the recommendation you're making and how it will benefit them when they implement it. With that being said, we do have a free trial available to our licensed advisors, 90-day free trial, and a lot of great trainings on how to use the software available to you. Marcus Solar in our office is our point man with that. He can get you out all the trainings and the link for the free trial. If you would like to take a closer look at this, just give Marcus a call here in the office or shoot him an email, marcus@IAMSinc.com. He is going to, or he will certainly get you out the link for it in any trainings, and then he's there to help guide you through your first couple cases. He's a real expert with that. Moving on to IAMS Wealth Management. This is the newest division that we founded here at IAMS, and we founded IAMS Wealth, coming up on 24 months ago. Has just been a smashing success, and we're very pleased with it. As I talk about IAMS Wealth, I'm going to launch our first polling question of the day. If you would be kind enough to click yes or no on that polling question, we certainly appreciate everyone's participation. So about 24 months ago, we founded IAMS Wealth, and we founded IAMS Wealth to be what do I want to say here? To be have the same culture as what we have here at IAMS, to be advisor centric, here to help the independent advisor with their needs, with their service needs, and of course with their sales opportunities. And we did that. The way we did that is we went out and found some great technology partners and great platform partners to give our advisors and our clientele the very best value for their dollar. I think you'd be very, very intrigued with the partners we have and the technology that's available. We also, to be advisor centric, wanted to make sure our fee structure was very, very in line. I think if you click yes on this poll, we'll get you out an automated email and you'll get a call from Mike Hansen, one of our onboarding specialists. You'll be very, very intrigued by our fee structure. And in order to help advisors become IARs and get assets under management into their offerings, we created a partnership with a couple of educational partners to help you ensure that you can pass the 65 in a very efficient manner. So if anything that I just said there is of interest to you, click yes. Now, where we've seen our largest growth over the last 24 months is because we put this package together. A lot of existing IARs have chosen to move their practice to IAMS Wealth Management because of the value proposition that we bring to the table. So if you currently do hold your Series 65, again, I'd tell you to click yes, kick the tires of IAMS Wealth Management, have a conversation with Mike Hansen. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with what it is that we bring to the table. With that being said, I'm going to close down this poll. So if you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, if you would please do so, I'd certainly appreciate that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Poll is closed. Moving on, Life and Annuity Academy. This is very timely. We are going to hold our second Life and Annuity Academy of the year. May 8th, 9th, and 10th. We just actually closed down registrations. Doesn't mean that this doesn't pertain to our current, to everyone that's currently listening. I am going, the day that we get back, that Monday that we get back from the Life and Annuity Academy, I will be announcing another set of dates for a third Academy of the year, and we're very excited about that. So what we do in our Life and Annuity Academies is these are all expenses paid. Flight, hotel, everything you need for the 2.5 days you spend with us is all paid for by IAMS. We will fly you in on a Wednesday, hold an evening session Wednesday night. We'll do a full day Thursday. Then we'll get up on Friday morning. We'll do a morning session Friday morning. Hopefully have you back out and on a plane around lunchtime to get you home in time for dinner. Now, what we do in our Life and Annuity Academy is we'll bring in all the department heads from IAMS here internally, and we will present to you on what it is we do, the programs that we offer, the services that we offer, to help you get a better understanding of what it is we're bringing to the table and how to best utilize our internal resources here. We will bring in at least 4 of our sales coaches from throughout the country. And in order to be a sales coach with insurance agency marketing services, not only do you have to talk the talk, but you also have to walk the walk. These individuals are the upper 1% of commission and fee earners in the industry. They are top producers. And what they will do is show you exactly what it is they do in their daily practice to help you, or not to help you, but to give you the ability to take their tools and their techniques back home with you and implement it in your own practice. It's incredibly valuable. I've never seen another IMO event where you can literally see what the top producers are doing and take it with you right then and there. So a lot of value there. We will normally partner with a few carriers as well when we do these Life and Annuity Academies. So we'll have the carrier reps come in, and we don't want them to talk about product. We've asked them not to talk about product. In fact, we've asked them to talk about concepts and the niches that their products fill specifically, so you can get a better understanding of how to position those. So it's a great opportunity, and we will be announcing the dates for the next Academy. I believe May the 12th is the date that we will do so. So keep an eye out in your inbox. Next slide and final slide before I hand it over to Dave is the IAMS Marketing Summit. We are still in qualification period. Qualification does run through June the 30th. We will then be going to Naples, Florida, and staying at the Ritz-Carlton right there on the beach in August. Very excited about this trip. This will be our largest attended marketing summit to date. So if you'd like to know where you stand, or if you'd like to have a conversation about what we can do to help you get over that 3 million trip credit threshold and get you on the trip, I'd love to have that conversation with you. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hand the headset over to Dave and let him take off with it. Mr. Pimper, here you go.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. This is kind of an exciting Friday. We've got, this is really a niche topic. Radio marketing, being your own radio host for your own radio show. There's very, very few people compared to seminar marketing or direct mail marketing or internet marketing or Facebook marketing. There's a lot of ways to market your practice, but I will say that if you go on, especially the weekend, to usually an AM radio dial that is talk radio, sports, weather, or news, but mainly talk. So the Rush Limbaugh, Kim Commando, Dave Ramsey, you've got Sean Hannity, all that type of AM talk radio. I'll tell you what, there's a reason they're on it, because that's a hot market right now. There's a lot of people that listen. So what happens with myself is that I've been in the business since 1981, and for 25 of those years, I've done some type of radio advertising on an ongoing, either daily or weekly basis, almost a daily basis or weekly basis. 11 of those years I spent with having a live radio show on Saturday morning from 7:15 to 8 o'clock with the local owner, and called Your Money Matters. And then for about 12 years, I did a daily end of the market report called Pimper's Perspective. And it was kind of Paul Harvey in the news, but from a market report, we had some quotes, we had some commentary, and some kind of in the news, which I started that, and I brought that into Retirement Boss Radio. So what happens is that radio has different effects on different people, but I will tell you right now, I'm not against seminars. In fact, I'm giving a seminar next Monday, next Tuesday. That one happens to be on Social Security. I give seminars on pretty much a monthly basis, and I've done almost 500 public seminars since the mid-'80s. That sounds like a lot, but it's only 15 to 20 a year. You're taking 2 seminars on every campaign. So if you have 8 to 10 campaigns, 8 to 10 months, but I've been very, very consistent. And about 7-8 months ago, I started Retirement Boss Radio. So I called the owners of Insurance Agency Marketing Services, who is hosting this and who I do my coaching through and have for over 13 years. And I told them what I was doing, and they said, we would like to see how it performs for you. And if it performs well, which I truly thought it would, then we would like to roll it out to our folks within the insurance business. So it's been, my rate of return has been quite exceptional from radio. In fact, I just got done with an appointment this morning. I had a closing appointment yesterday, both from radio. And so what happens is that I'm going to walk through the next about 15 minutes and just kind of the ins and outs. Now, is this marketing for everyone? No, of course it's not. Not every marketing is for everyone. You have to have Be pretty quick on your feet. We do not have a script. We have show notes, and they're bullet pointed. So I mean, and you can. I want you to have a track that you run from. But I'll tell you, it's a darn good track, and I'm kind of proud of putting it together. There's three components that comes to radio advertising or radio host advertising. I think the most important thing is you have to have the right station at the right time. It's a little bit like real estate, location, location, location. So you can be on a terrible station, be great at what you do, and you're not going to have any appointments. So the first thing is, are we fortunate to have the correct station in the correct time? Normal, bigger markets, I mean, if you're in 250,000 or above, there'll be at least two or three stations. There'll normally be a big station and then a couple of the stations. Sometimes maybe we can't get the right pricing on the big station, but that doesn't mean that you can't get good qualified appointments from some of the stations that aren't the very biggest station. So the second thing is, once you've got that radio time down, then you need to have a production company, which we do. They're very good. Actually, we use two different ones, but one in particular. You can do it solo, but that's a mistake. I think the ones that we've listened to and the ones that I've done, it's much easier to have a co-host. A co-host, their intent is the color person, like in sports. You do the majority of the talking, but they pump you up, tell you to the crowd how good you are, what your insight is. They keep it rolling. So we do a host. They supply the host, and then we have an appointment setting call center that takes all of the calls. That people call in, because this is a recorded show. It sounds live, but we say let's open up the phone lines. Now, one of the difference of this radio show, Retirement Boss Radio, and the slogan "Take Charge of Your Money," and that is trademarked nationally. What happens is that my show, Your Money Matters, or a lot of shows that I listen out there, they get you pretty well known. You might do a piece of business or get an appointment from time to time, but unless you're asking the right way for the offer and giving the right information, that ours has been pretty well proven and tested, what happens is you're going to go without getting appointments. And you know what? Then it gets very expensive. The cost, which I'll go through also, the cost of for an hour on a top AM station in your area, it's about, I give or take, it's about the same as seminar marketing. But it's very important you do it on a month-to-month basis. I've seen that all three of those that I talked about, each one has their charges. You know, I've seen it be as little as $2,000, $2,500 a month in a city, and most of the time it's from $3,500 to $5,000. That's the most common. Sometimes in bigger cities with great big stations, of course, it can get more expensive than that. But we've got it down pat. I work with a media buyer. He buys the radio time, over 20 years in the business. Over 400 shows he has weekly right now that he has sold airtime for. So I'm going to go through this pretty darn quick. That is the overview. But you know, if you have a question, just type it in. But why radio? Why should you go in and maybe entertain radio? Well, you know what? I would show at this very top bullet point. Radio reaches more Americans each week than any other media platform, including TV, smartphone, personal computer. I said here, believe it or not, it's a fact. Wild, isn't it? The median age is 66. This is called Retirement Boss Money. You take charge of your money. The average person I talk to is probably 60. Take today. The lady was 50. The lady was 60. Excuse me. The lady was 62, and the man was 65. He's going to be retiring here shortly, within the next few months. And of course, he wanted me to look at his portfolio, and they had some Social Security questions also. Radio reaches about 93% of adults, and of those adults, they're a little higher socioeconomic category. 75,000 and above household incomes listen to radio. an average of over 12 hours. Isn't that wild? A week, yeah. Wow. When you're on radio, you're considered the expert. I'm not cutting down seminars, but when you come in as the seminar, you're viewed. I try to be viewed as an educator, but lots of times you're viewed as that salesperson. Not with radio. You're viewed as you are the expert. And talk news is hot. It's really growing. Over 12% of all radio listeners choose talk radio, and it is growing. This is just supported by the Nielsen stats. Look at radio compared to TV, smartphone, PC, TV, connected devices, tablets. Yeah, just you wouldn't guess that. So who's on AM radio? And I mentioned this before, but the Rush Limbaughs of the world, the Glenn Becks, Kim Commandos, Dave Ramsey, why are they on that during the week? You know why? Not there just for a good time. You darn right. It's a money maker. The radio station, they know that people are going to tune in. And the syndicated shows, there are financial advisors also. Rick Edelman, there used to be the mutual fund store. Now it's Financial Visions. And there certainly are other nationals, but they do it because they get exposure. It also kind of leads in that celebrity status. I mean, I've had, probably 10 times people come in and said, so are you the one on radio, Dave? Yeah, it was me. And they're in awe, which is funny. My kids are not in awe of me, but the people listening to radio sometimes are. So it kind of gives that aura, of celebrity status. The content that we have, I put fabulous. It's darn good. I guess when I was writing this up, I got maybe a little overexcited, but it's great content. And our production company supplies the content. I go in and revise that content. Makes a difference if you're just insurance licensed or whether you're insurance and securities license. If you're just insurance license, I change the script a little bit to cover more from the guarantee. If it's from the broker dealer side or the RIA, Registered Investment Advisor 65, 66 side, yeah, that's what I do also. So some people, just because you're only insurance licensed, does that mean that you can't be successful here? Not a bit. Not a bit. I show no life insurance, and I've got reps out there that market fixed indexed annuities, but do a lot of life insurance. So there's other avenues that certainly that the advisor may not be showing. My name is Dave Pimper. I've got a coaching firm called Lazarus, Lazar, like biblical Lazarus. And what happens is I coach you through. So, if you're shy of speaking in the mic or the radio, this isn't going to be for you. If you have no money to go on a month-to-month basis to go in into fund radio show marketing, no, this really isn't for you. But I will tell you what, I'm going to help you to put you in the driver's lane as much as I can for you to be as successful as you can when you get mic'd up. Now, this is a turnkey system. So, do we have some variances? You certainly do when you go in and you got the show notes. But people, those are good show notes. I get them, and the fellow has taken hours to prepare. I normally take 2.5 hours. I add a quote. I add some in the news financial advice. I change the offer from time to time. What we offer, that's to get the people to call in. So can you go your own direction on this? You can, but would I do it? Absolutely not. Why would you change something that is working? You would not. Okay. The nice thing about recording a show is you don't have to be down there at the same time. I just talked to a guy right now from a pretty major metropolitan area in the South, and he's strictly insurance, and he's doing an insurance show. It has the insurance as the name in the show, and with his, and he's been on now for quite a few months. And I asked him, has he got any appointments? No appointments. Has he gotten any business? No, but he's had a couple calls. Well, the difference is if your offer isn't strong enough, if your content isn't good enough, you know what? Then they're not going to call in for an appointment. Our appointment setting call center is not just a call center. It's an inbound. The sole goal is to set the appointment for Retirement Boss Radio. And that's beautiful. And right when they said it, I love it. My show's on from 12 to 1 on Sundays. So right after church, good time. I'd probably rather be on a Saturday, but there was no Saturdays open on the station as of right now. Eventually there will be, and I'll probably move over to Saturday. But I've been doing really well. I've been averaging 3 appointments a week. 3 appointments a week. So I'm going to average 12 to 15 appointments a month from radio. And the great thing about it is that appointment pops up on they always email us, the appointment setting call center emails us, what was said, what was the mood, did they schedule an appointment? They capture, of course, the phone number, the address in the email. And then boom, it goes to my phone. So on every Sunday when I look between 12 and say 1:30 as they come in, it's just like Christmas. It's like Christmas on Sunday. That's exciting because as we know in this business, and I sales process coach a lot still with advisors, but if you're not getting in front of enough qualified prospects, you haven't got a business. You can be the best closer. You can be the best presenter. It makes no difference if you don't see enough people. If I have 10 appointments and close 3 of them, and you have 1 appointment and you're 100% on closing, I'll take myself all day long. That's what this does for you. It gets you in front of pretty much, not all of them are qualified, but the majority of the people that do come in, they do have money. Okay. So I talked to you about a production company. They edit, they mix. I take retakes all the time. They take out the stuttering. If I get, they take that out. I mean, they're very good at what they do. And then they add your professional commercials, your promos, your offers in that hour's time period. One of the great thing about almost all of the radio stations too, they're going to do anywhere from 15 to usually 30-second promos to promote your show on the air. So throughout the week, there might be 20 promos or 30 promos. What would it cost to go and just get 30-second ads on a big radio station? That's part of this. Or 20, 50, maybe it's 10, 15-second ads promoting your program, and another 10, 30-second ads. Oh yeah. It's the whole package. It isn't just the airtime, but it's also the promotion of that program also. So the call center, I went through one call center because they just weren't take charge enough. I mean, basically, when people call in, they think it's live. They'll say, yeah, hey, this is Dave, and I was just calling in. They said, yeah, hey, Dave would love to talk with you. I know you're calling for an appointment. Let's get a good time for him and you to get together. They assume the appointment right away. Boom. And the ones that don't set an appointment, in fact, the one today, that was not a set appointment. He's driving in his car, didn't have his calendar. We always call him back first thing Monday morning. He had his calendar in front of him. We set the appointment. That was last Sunday, and we met today. Pretty cool. The media buyers, I shouldn't use the word fabulous, but he's darn good at what he does. It's very easy to work with. He's extremely knowledgeable. Over 400 currently weekly shows that he's negotiated airtime for. I go in and coach you up. So we have 4 or 5 coaching sessions that we have before you actually go on. And one of the things here is, I've got a fellow right now, he's a big hitter. He's in the top 1% of any firm, $1 million gross producer, and been in the business for 30 plus years like I have. I've known him for probably 15 years, but he's so busy, he doesn't want to take the time to record the show because he's really traveling all over on the West Coast. So he wanted me to do it for him, which is part of, yeah. So I record the show for him, same show notes. He's got two different cities they're about maybe 70 miles apart that he works both of those cities. And I'm going to do the show for him. He pays for the show. He pays for everything, but I'm promoting that. Now you're probably thinking, how the heck does Dave Pimper get paid out of me? How do I get paid out of all this? It's not from your override. It's not from in your hierarchy. What happens with myself is IAMS, Insurance Agency Marketing Services, they make money by new production. So you got to be contracted through IAMS. Okay. Maybe you don't want to leave your FMO. Well, then it's tough to make this work. But if you have some contracts that come over, yeah, the business that comes from that show, yeah, we want it to run through IAMS. So what happens is IAMS goes with me and they help me. And I make my money by coaching. That's how I make my money. So IAMS goes in and they pay me for coaching you. And then they pay me some to go on in and to keep with you. And yeah, to get it started, there's a couple, 3 or 4 moving parts, but just like, and this is really pretty cool. It was kind of a meeting of the minds of several people, but we work with an online calendar. Actually, it's kind of a conduit to the calendar, to Outlook, but we go in with that calendar and we update that. My administrator does, but you could certainly do it as the agent. It takes about 20 minutes on every Friday. She goes out for 6 weeks, just looks at each day and just blocks time off. Doesn't say what the time is blocked off for. She just blocks the time off. Like I have 2 offices. I have one in Fremont, Nebraska, 25 miles outside of Omaha, Nebraska, and then I have one in Omaha. That's where IAMS is Omaha. I'm in studio today doing the webinar. But she takes about 20 minutes or 25 minutes. That's why our appointments never double up on each other. I happen to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday in Omaha, and then I'll work Tuesday and Thursday in Fremont the next week. Then I'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday in Fremont, and then I'll go Tuesday, Thursday in Omaha. So I'm going back and forth and back and forth. That's more complicated than most. I think one time in 8 months, we by accident somehow doubled up on an appointment, but that's all done by the calendar. So the inbound call center sees that calendar. Lynn in our office, one of our 3 administrators, she can walk you or walk your administrator or part-time secretary, walk that through with you. So we've got a lot of support within our office. Also, you get all the scripts, what we say on Monday morning when we call back. What we originally did on this was for 2 weeks, I took all the inbound calls from right after the show was done. I called back and said, hey, I'm the host. I learned how it was. Then one of my other administrators, who also is my wife and was an advisor in her day, very sharp, I wouldn't be married to her. She did it for a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, and then she took it and with me and with Lynn, who worked at a call center and then is one of my administrators now, and we put together the script. You use the same script. We don't change anything except for just your name, your address. There's a packet we mail out. You just copy everything, the packet that we mail out. I mean, everything that we do, you do. Okay? So it's pretty cool. Now, what happens is that it has a celebrity status to it. When people talk to you, they think that the radio, I had one person say, well, I don't even know who you are, but I guess if you're on KFAB, that's KFAB 1110 AM here in town, 50,000 watt station. If you're on KFAB, then I take it they vetted you and you must be good. Well, there is no vetting. The vetting is my pocketbook that I pay each week. I pay on time. It's actually monthly, but that's the view of the person, doing it. So I always say it's about the cost of a dinner workshop, and that's on the high end. On $5,000. It could be on the low end on $2,000. Just depends on your city, your station. It says a radio host educator versus a financial salesperson. I will tell you, there's a difference of star quality when it comes to that. Do I want to be a star? No. Do I want to write business and get in front of a lot of people? Yes. So if that is a byproduct of it, more power to it. I pay $50 and you can pay $50 and we will go in. I'm published on iTunes. I'm published on a podcast that's on Beancast. Get a load of this. There was one show that our media buyer, the fella did not have any record, or I think he was just starting, and there's a show that they were given to him free, but he did not want to do it because it wasn't with me. It wasn't with me. It was another radio, but it's a financial show. So he said, could we just go in and play one of your old shows on it? And I okayed it with my compliance, and they did. I got 2 calls. That's from Oregon. I'm in Nebraska. When those calls came in, I thought, how the heck? I forgot all about it. I thought they were driving through. When the second call came in, I said, well, how did you hear? Well, we heard it on the local radio station, AM station. And that was it. I didn't even go in and screen it around that part of the country. I was talking about Omaha and the Cornhuskers and yeah, bizarre. But they liked what I said and they liked the offer. It's a turnkey system. The more like iTunes podcast for $50 a month, you never know when someone might pick it up and give you a call. Yeah, there it is on the podcast on iTunes. Here's one. This is exactly what I get on my phone or on my computer by email during the show. Right when they press the button, boom, it comes. And you can see here, and I highlighted this. The source, KFAB Radio. The appointment was scheduled, yes. Appointment date and time off the calendar that we do. Then, don't you love this? It talks about, they give some notes. It says, turning 59 soon, hasn't settled on someone yet. He has a 401k that is 7 figures. Also had questions about Social Security. In reality, the guy was, yeah, he was turning 59. In fact, you know what? It was April, and I know this because he's on my tickle list. On the 24th of April, he turned 59. He did have 7 figures until 2018 in October, November, December. He had a little over $1 million and went down to about 930,000. I think he had about 960,000 when we talked. But we can do something called an in-service non-hardship withdrawal. He can take a portion or all of his money once he's 59 and a half. So that's like in October of this year. And I will call him every month and a half, mail him something out. I got him on a tickler. I got him on a drip list. But he's a real nice guy. He has no advisor. Almost all of his net worth with investments are within his 401k. He's worked with the same company for 37 years. Thinking about retiring in 2 years. And what he told me was, I said, what do you think you'd feel comfortable with me giving you an idea on? Well, I'm not going to have a chance to work with all of it right now, but he said 500,000, which is half of it. Well, 500,000 is 500,000. That's an actual. I wanted to show you how it came in. Yeah, it's kind of fun when that comes over your phone like that. And I had a very, very good appointment. Yeah, host your own show. Yeah, if you want to hear the show, you can go to www.retirementbossradio.com. www.retirementbossradio.com. You can hear a live show there and other information about the show itself. Okay, and what I say is, I use an old slogan. It's procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop tomorrow. Well, you know what? Tomorrow never comes, does it? If you heard something today that you like, that you said, yeah, maybe, I'd like to find out. I could see myself doing that. Or you know what? I don't really want to do it, but I can see that I can bring in a lot of appointments for me. I want Dave Pimper to go in and do that for me. It's going to cost me. There's an investment. But how unique is it? I mean, when you hear someone that's on radio, you normally elevate them up another notch, don't you? Yeah, you really do. So we're going to put up a poll here. I may answer a few questions before the poll, but we're going to put up the poll. Would you like to go in and get a call from our office? So what happened is one of our administrators, probably Lynn or Lori, will give you a call on Monday morning. So certainly take the call. If you mark yes, take the call to talk with us, because you're busy and we're busy. We had a lot of folks on today. I was surprised of how many, but then you and I, not one of my associates, but then we'll talk for 25-30 minutes and see if there's any possibility for radio marketing, radio show marketing. If there's not, that's fine. What we're trying to do, we're being pretty selective who we're trying to put on. We're not putting on just everyone. We need people to be select, to be, kind of fit the parameters. I know that their personality needs to be kind of a fit. They have to have the finances, of course. But yeah, we're looking, and we're not looking at putting on 50, 60, 80, 100 shows. We're not. We're looking at putting on anywhere from 1 to 2 new programs a month. So from 12 to 24 programs the first year. I feel in 2-3 years we'll have from 25 to 50 retirement boss radios really making an impact across the U.S., with radio marketing. Okay? So Al Jolson, he's a television actor, said, "I'd like to do radio just like pictures leave the imperfect stuff on the cutting room floor." Well, you know what? You can do it because it's recorded. If it's live, you cannot do it. You can leave it on the floor of the cutting room floor. Now, one of the things that's unique, this is the one other cost that you have. It's about $150, $60, but we call it Studio in a Box. And Studio in the Box is where you've got the mic, you've got the headphones. We have purchased and supply you the software, so you can do this right from your computer, laptop, or your CPU. We can do it right. We can do it from your office, from your home. It's really slick. I mean, in 5 years ago or 4 years ago, this technology was not available, but it is available now. So you get that, and you'll set up a time with the production company. And the other thing that I did not mention that's pretty cool too, saves us production cost. We're only recording one 30-minute show at a time. So we put 2 30-minute shows together. It's the current one, and then we take one that we did in the past. So like the very first time, I repeated it twice. Well, you think, well, everybody's going to come in. That's an appointment. First of all, I didn't get any appointments on my first time. But you say, oh, they can tell it's recorded. But you know what? People don't. People that listen to AM radios don't listen for an hour straight. They just don't. So what happens is that right now I've got lots of shows out there that I've done. I mean, many, many, many. But I take today's, I go back 4 weeks. They can't remember anything from 4 weeks ago. They can't. And we talk about really cool subjects, 401k rollovers, in-service non-hardship withdrawals, Social Security. Social Security is a very misunderstood topic. So what happens is you've got to go on in, and you've got to go in and really have a background, I think, on Social Security. If you don't, then I'm going to train you up on that. I'm going to be a source that's for you. So what happens is that it's important to from retirement planning to know a little bit about beneficiaries, a little bit about Roth and Roth conversions. We talk about in general, not just financial planning in that accumulation stage, but in the retirement planning of retirement accumulation. So what happens is that it's important for you to have that broad, holistic approach, okay? So when you're looking at those notes, you can certainly vary. If you're strictly insurance, we're going to have a little more of guarantees or insurance in there, but they're the same notes. If you're securities license, everybody gets the same notes. If you're just insurance license, You get those notes, but they're re-engineered so there's more protection and more insurance that is talked about. We never talk about a specific product ever. I mean, that's a turnoff. Then you sound like you're hawking a financial strategy on air, and we don't want that. We want to be the coach. We want to be the advisor. We want to be the person that the person that the listener comes to get advice. I mean, I ask the person, hey, what, I always say this, what are the two important things that you're trying to accomplish today when you walk out of here? And they wanted information on their social security, and they wanted information on, they had all I mean, it wasn't a larger client, but they had 3 or 4 investments, and one in particular, we actually did call the underlying company. I wanted to get an idea that they knew what the fees they were paying and for what, and what the guarantee really was, and they were very, very surprised. They were different than what they thought they were told, and they want me to go in and propose on that, which is wonderful. Not a big deal, but you know what? Came from radio, and it certainly will pay for a couple shows. Yeah, it'll bring me in. If I'm paying $5,000 a month, it's going to bring me in probably $2,500 or $3,000, worth of commission if that's a good fit for them, which I think it will be. And that's a very small deal. So yeah, I would say that what's very, very important is to go on in and to really have a system. So here's what I want to do, and I'm going to just bear with me. It's going to take me about 10 seconds. I'm going to switch computers here, and then we're going to go in, put this poll up, and we'll be on our way. So just bear with me. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's bring up a couple questions that were asked real quick. One of the questions is that besides the cost, is there any other cost? And I told you the only other cost that you have is you buy studio in a box, and that's about $150 or $60. You own that equipment, and we just get it from Amazon. So we tell you there's actually 4 pieces of that. There's the mic, there's a little windscreen for the mic, that's separate. There's the headphones that are separate, and then we actually supply. There's no cost. We actually supply the software to go in and do that. So yeah, that's a good question. This one asks, how long does it take to get up and running to do your first show? Again, a pretty good question. I figure it takes a month. So what happens is the radio buyer will go out and he'll buy the time at the radio station, and then it's over a 52-week contract, but you're only obligated for a month. And so what happens is that month, we're going to put up the poll right now also, so you can go in if you want more information from me, put it in. One of our administrators will call you on Monday morning, okay? So the poll is up now. Certainly, if you want more information, mark yes. So what happens is that it takes about a month. So once you say yes, I want to do it, then you're tied in for a month's time to the radio station. But I will tell you right now, if you don't keep this consistently going for 4, 5, 6 months, the first one I never got an appointment. The second week I never got an appointment. The third week I got 3 calls and got 2 appointments. Next week I got 4 appointments. So I mean, you aren't the best right off the block, but again, working with me, it might start a little bit faster. I had no one to work with through this, though I had some radio background. And I tell you what, just because of lack of time here, I've actually got a couple, 3 more, so I'll answer those if we talk, certainly when we talk next week. But the last question is, in a month's time, what kind of money can you expect to come in? Well, I don't think it's going to be the same for everyone. Have I covered, my cost is around $5,000. I've got a big station. This might be a little more than most of you, but yes, I mean, I have, in the 7 months, that's 35,000. I brought in, I mean, much more than that. I had three 3 cases that were all over $500,000. So you can kind of figure it out from there. And I've had a lot of other smaller ones too. So it's been very, very good. And I'm really excited. I know IAMS, the FMO, very excited to really kind of roll this out. So I'm going to scoot this on over. We got 6 people that haven't voted. So if you could just vote yes or no, that would be great. I will go in and turn this over to Scott, and hope you have a great week.
Hey, thank you, Dave. Thank you so much for the time that you took to come in here out of your busy schedule and present this. We really, really do appreciate it. I want to echo what Dave said about the excitement that we have about this. We've gotten a few of our top advisors involved with this through Dave, and we've just seen a great, great reception on it. So with that being said, I do want to thank everyone that took time to join us today. We know that an hour with us is an hour where you're not out actively prospecting and selling. So we really, really do appreciate that. Go out and have a great sales day, everyone. And I look forward to speaking with you very, very soon. Thank you.